Mitzvahs of the Seder, Part 2. So, up until now we learned Matzah, Sipur Yetzias Mitzrayim, and Dalet Kosod. And we also discussed how you were supposed to lean, and that is a Mitzvah D'Rabbanan. So, those four things we spoke about. Now, I want to talk about there are two more times that we have a mitzvah, but these are Midrabbanan, to eat matzah. Number one, we have the mitzvah of to eat it, even though we ate it at the beginning of the meal, we also have a mitzvah to eat it at the very end, afikomen. As the very last thing before benching, we do what's called, we eat afikomen, the end of Shulchan Aruch, at the end of our meal, the last thing that we're allowed to eat, and a person is afikomen, again, it's a kezayit of matzah. Here, a person should be careful not to eat afterwards. If you're young, if you're under bar mitzvah, I don't think you have to be so careful about this, but if you are over bar mitzvah, then you should be careful not to eat something after. You're supposed to leave over the taste of the matzah in your mouth. You're allowed to drink water as tasteless, but anything else a person should not eat after they've eaten the matzah until the next morning. One other time that we eat matzah, we do something to remember what they did in time of the Beit HaMikdash, which is korich. Korich means a sandwich. So nowadays what we do is we have matzah and we put maror in the middle. It's a kezayit of matzah and a kezayit of maror in that sandwich, and then we eat it. Now, maror itself is only a mitzvah from the Rabbanan, even though it says in the Torah, "Amatzos umorim yochaluhu." You should eat it, the carbon pesach, together with matzah and maror, but it's only when you have the time of the carbon pesach, which we hope will come again shortly, maybe even this pesach. But it's only when the Beit HaMikdash is rebuilt and we have the carbon pesach, then we have maror, also becomes a mitzvah from the Torah. But nowadays, we don't have the Beit HaMikdash, we don't have the carbon pesach, and therefore, maror is only a d'Rabbanan to remember that what they had back then. Maror has to be something. It's supposed to have a bitter taste. It's something that reminds us about the bitterness that was in the time when we had in Mitzrayim. Here as well, you're supposed to, any mitzvah really that you have a mitzvah to eat, it's a kezayit. So maror also, a person has to eat a kezayit. Now there are different things a person could use for maror. One is very bitter. It's very sharp. It's chrein that many people use. That's very hard to eat a kezayit of that. So what many people use is romaine lettuce. Romaine lettuce is a very interesting question because it's not really bitter. If you taste it, it doesn't taste that bitter. Old lettuce, you may think, I heard that used to be bitter, but now you taste it, it's hard to taste the bitterness. Because of that, actually some people don't use it, but somewhere in the base, it's based on the fact that it was bitter at some point, and so, or maybe it is still bitter somehow. I can't say that I understand that. But either way, a kezayit of it's about a stalk of maror with the leaves is about a romaine lettuce is around the kezayit. Then there are some minhagim, charoset, for example, and there are different customs about how to make charoset. Either way, one of the things charoset is, I'm not even going to get into it because so many people make it differently. Is that it's a dip that you dip in the maror, but then we shake it off, okay? Because you want to be able to taste the bitter flavors. Says the Gemara, you're supposed to shake it off because you don't want to taste that bitter flavor of the maror. It has a sweet flavor, and it would the maror charoset, and this is a minhag. It's there to remind us of the bricks that they made the Jews themselves made in Mitzrayim. And so we have charoset at the Seder. I think that's where there's also a minhag of karpas, which we eat a vegetable dipped into salt water. Some people have the custom the head of the household does this, and some have the custom that everybody does it. Either way is good. Whatever, follow your custom, and it's there are many opinions and many different reasons what the minhag is given for. I'll leave that for you to research. The thing is that I want to let you know about these halachos. These halachos are not just actions that we're supposed to do them and then it stops. The action is being done. Everything here in the Seder is all part of a night. It's there to help us. It's there for its own value as a mitzvah. But in addition, a major part of the mitzvah is it's there to get us into the experience of the night of the Seder, which is to feel our change, that us ourselves, we're supposed to look at ourselves as if we ourselves went free. We are the children of those people, like the yellow team had in their, if you know what I'm talking about, in their meme, that we are the people who are got out only because of what they went out, and we're supposed to, on this night, we also have a going out, as we spoke about Efel and Maral, that in this night is that we recreate what happened because the powers, the energies in the world are such that we could experience it again. The same powers that made them go out that night are here on this night for us on the 15th day of Nisan. We come back to those energies, we come back to those powers, and we ourselves go through a process of we start off as Avodah Miyinu, and then we go free. And then we end the night in Hallel, singing songs. And that's part of the Seder, we sing Hallel. And so that is the process. We have to think about what each mitzvah is because of. And in that way, it will help us get to the proper emotions. We should have a night of the Seder of going free. We should feel it, listen to the story well, feel the love of Hashem to us, feel your love of yourself to Hashem. Realize that we are the Am Hashem, we are His chosen people. What a tremendous privilege. We are the people, we are the princes of this world. Have an amazing, amazing Seder.